Good afternoon from Hopalong Hollow. Today, while working outside, I had two lovely serendipitous events. I decided to come out here and clean this messy little brick courtyard, which is outside of my little shop here. And as I'm raking things up and sweeping up and picking up all the debris, I'm thinking about these empty garden beds that surround this little courtyard, and it's so difficult to get anything to grow in here because it's so shady that really the only thing that does beautifully are the wild roses that climb over the top of this cedar arbor. So as I'm thinking about that and wondering what on earth I could ever plant in here, I just happened to glance into the meadow over there, and I spy what look like some white daffodils. Now we've got plenty of tete-a-tete that grow naturalized in those meadows, but never white ones. So I marched on over there and I discovered, to my joy, that what I had were naturalized paperwhites. And they're really tall, and they smell so wonderful. I dug up 2 patches of them, and in those 2 patches, I just got some beautiful bulbs. I probably got 200 bulbs out of that. And I left the rest so they could continue to naturalize in the meadow. But what a perfect thing to plant in those little sections where nothing seems to grow but bulbs, especially narcissus bulbs. They don't mind shade, not one little bit. So I was able to transplant all these bulbs into this border along this little courtyard. And right now they're protected by this wire, barricaded against my marauding chickens. But once they're established, they will be like all daffodils, and they will just spread underground, and this will just be absolutely filled up by next year. So that was a really wonderful discovery today. Well, because I was out here anyway, I decided I might as well clean my little shop, because I've been storing things in it all winter and it's pretty much of a mess. So I came over here and opened the door. So as I opened up the door, in flew a little wren through this window where there's a missing window pane, and directly over to this shelf where these bags are. She flew. Despite my presence, she came in here, and lo and behold, here we have a beautiful little nest she'd made with 3 babies in it. So that was really a nice little surprise to realize what she'd done. Well, I won't be cleaning this thing for a while. Not till those babies grow up and fly away. 1 week later, and the little nest is completely empty. Those little birds have to grow up pretty fast. But the nest is so beautiful. It's made with sticks, twigs, lots of dried leaves. There are little bits and pieces of moss. And there's even a piece of plastic inside of there. And all kinds of debris that you would think would be useless for anything except a bird can make something beautiful out of it, and something so useful. But what a sweet little nest, and I'm going to try to remove it without hurting it too much, because I understand that wrens will use their nest again. So I'm going to take that nest, and I'm going to put it up there in the rafters. Put a budget in there nice and tight without destroying it, because you really can't have her back here on my shelf again. I need to clean this place out. So that was just a delightful place for her to lay her eggs, raise her babies, teach them how to fly, and then out that window they went, right there. So I was able to dislodge the nest very carefully. And I decided to put it up here on this shelf up here where it is above a window. And it looks like a pretty safe place that's not going to be disturbed. So if she comes back next year, which I hope she does, to raise another family, she'll find her nest right up there on the shelf, next to Hopalong Hollow. Oh, I do hope she comes back.